Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about our next one topic, the educational achievement in India. Up to the previous topic of chapter number 5, we have studied about the concept of human capital, the sources of the different human capital formation, the relation between the physical capital and the human capital, differences between the physical capital and the human capital, as well as we have also studied about the relationship between the human capital formation and economic growth. Then we were discussing about the requirement of the government intervention in order to spend the money on the education sector. Now we will discuss about what are the actual achievement of the educational sector is existing in the India, कि एक्चुअल में इंडिया में एजुकेशन सेक्टर को लेकर कितनी अचीवमेंट हुई है, पहले से कितना डेवलप किया गया है इसे. एंड सिंपली in an economy, if you want to measure these things regarding the education sector, it can be done in using the three terms. It can be done by comparing the three terms. The first one is the adult literacy rate. It means the percentage of the people of more than age 15 who are just attending the schools or attending the getting the education. Primary education completion rate, simply up to the age of 14, how many children they just get the education. And youth literacy rate, which is mainly related to the percentage of people who are having the who just get some kind of degrees or the education level from the age period of 15 to 24. So in order to compare these three terms, adult literacy rate in male, in female, primary education completion rate in male, female, youth literacy rate in male and female. There are the 3 years for the basics, 1990, 2000, 2015. 61.9, 68.4, 81. 37.9, 45.4, 63. You can observe very carefully that these are on an increasing trend. Okay, primary education completion rate 78, 85, 94. 61, 69, 99. It means the increasing rate in the female is much more higher rather than the male one. Okay, youth literacy rate 76.6, 79.7 and 92. In female 54.2, 64.8 and 87. There is also so much progress. So by observing this data, we can see expenditure on the different levels of education in India. We can see very well that elementary education takes a major share of total education expenditure. कि जो elementary education है, initial education है, उसमें total education पे जितना खर्चा किया गया, उसमें major proportionate किस पे खर्च किया गया? Elementary education पे. And the share of the higher tertiary education, it means the colleges, polytechnical, जो high level के high education की चीजें हैं, उन पे कम पैसा खर्च किया गया. So on an average, we can conclude very well that the government has spent the money less on the tertiary education. Expenditure per student in tertiary education is higher than that of a elementary. It means कि government ने elementary expenditure पे ज़्यादा पैसा खर्च किया, major proportion, और tertiary we can say the higher education पे कम पैसा खर्च किया गया out of the total expenditure. However, it doesn't mean we cannot say, इसका ये मतलब नहीं है कि जितने भी फाइनेंशियल रिसोर्स यूज किए गए उनको क्या किया गया कि एलिमेंट्री एजुकेशन से टेरिशरी एजुकेशन की तरफ ट्रांसफर किया गया. नो, they were just expanding the school education, right? There is a requirement of the more teachers who are trained in their higher educational institutions. ऐसे टीचर्स की ज्यादा जरूरत है जो बच्चों को किस लिए ट्रेन कर सके, for getting the higher education. So there is a requirement that the expenditure on all the level of education must be increased, either the primary or the elementary education, secondary education, as well as the higher education. There is a simply requirement in order to increase the expenditure. After that, the regional differences in educational attainment in India. कि रीजनल लेवल पर क्या क्या डिफरेंसेस है, कि कौन से स्टेट में कितना पैसा खर्च किया गया, कौन से स्टेट में कितना खर्च किया गया, किस में ज़्यादा खर्च किया गया, किस में कम खर्च किया गया. सो इन 2014-15 द पर कैपिटा पब्लिक एक्सपेंडिचर on elementary education differ, no doubt it just differ from state to state as well as regions to region. कि हिमाचल में 34,651 करोड़ रुपीस खर्च किए गए, as well as it was so much low per capita public expenditure. It means per person के according. It is in the terms of rupee only. Rupees 34,651 in Himachal Pradesh. As like similar, we can compare it with the Bihar. There was only the 4,088 rupees only. So due to the economic as well as political and social reason, it just lead to the different kinds of educational opportunities and attainment across the different states. कि जो भी reasons थे, चाहे वो economic थे, political थे, whichever the kind of reasons were there, it just lead to the differences in the availability of the opportunities and attainment across the different states. After that, what was the another conclusion? Inadequacy of the expenditure on education. It means कि education पे जो खर्चा किया गया वो proper नहीं था. That was not adequate. That was not sufficient. The inadequacy on expenditure, it means कि अगर हम इसको अपने desired level of education expenditure से compare करेंगे कि जितना खर्च करना expect किया गया था, so in reality it was not spended up to that extent. और वो कितना था कि different commissions committees ने जो recommend किया था. About 50 years before जो education commission था हमारा, उन्होंने ये बोला था कि कम से कम 6% जो जीडीपी का है हमारी एजुकेशन पे खर्च होना चाहिए, ताकि ओवरऑल हमारी ग्रोथ की जा सके, इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ हो सके इन द एजुकेशनल अचीवमेंट. But as compared to the desired level of educational expenditure, the current level is only 4%. That is the very much low as compared to the. So still there is a requirement of the goal of 6% to be needed. That has been accepted. It must be done in order to get the higher growth of economy. After that, the last one topic of the chapter is the future prospects of education. कि अगर हम अपने फ्यूचर की बात करें, अभी भी हमारे एजुकेशनल सिस्टम में क्या कंडीशंस हैं, which kind of the situation of the education system is there. The first one, education for all still a distant dream. कि अगर हम ये कहें कि लिटरेसी रेट, अगर हम ये कह सकते हैं, नो डाउट फॉर द अडल्ट as well as for the young people, literacy rate has been increased, but still there are so many number of illiterate people in India as compared to the Indian population कि जो हमारे इंडिपेंडेंस के टाइम पे था. नो डाउट तब से लेकर अब तक पॉपुलेशन भी बहुत ज्यादा इंक्रीज हो गई है, बट स्टिल वी कैन से दैट इज एज कंपेयर टू द time of independence, presently we can say that the more number of people in our Indian economy are illiterate. In 1950 कि जब हमारा इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन वाज पास्ड, एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम इट वाज नोटेड कि जो हमारा गवर्नमेंट है दे विल प्रोवाइड द फ्री एजुकेशन, फ्री एंड कंपल्सरी एजुकेशन फॉर ऑल द चिल्ड्रन अप टू द एज ऑफ 14 years within the 10 years from the commencement of constitution. तो क्या हमारा वो अचीव हुआ, वो ऑब्जेक्टिव अचीव हुआ? स्टिल देयर इज अ लो परसेंटेज लिटरेसी बाय नाउ. वी कैन नॉट से दैट हमने वो एक लेवल अचीव कर लिया है. वी आर नॉट इवन in the getting the upward movement in the literacy rate, and we just have to go to a greater extent level in order to achieve that much percentage of the adult literacy. So still we cannot say that the Indian economy is getting that much of literate people as compared to the time period. Second one is the gender equality. Gender equality, it means the differences between of the literacy rate between the male and the female. No doubt as per the spending of time by time, जो इनके बीच का गैप है वो कम होता जा रहा है. That is a positive sign. Still there is a requirement to promote the education for the female in India. There is a so many kind of reasons are there. in order to improve the economic independence and social status of a woman, in order to save them from the exploitation. कि फीमेल लिटरेसी रेट को बढ़ाया जाना चाहिए, क्यों? ताकि जो फीमेल है वो अपनी एक इंडिपेंडेंट लाइफ एज वेल एज जो उनका सोसाइटी में स्टेटस है दैट मस्ट आल्सो बी इंक्रीज्ड, कि उन्हें उन्हें किसी भी तरीके की एक्सप्लॉयटेशन से बचाया जा सके, एज वेल एज it will also give an important और द पॉजिटिव इम्पैक्ट ऑन द फर्टिलिटी रेट, कि आगे फर्दर प्रोडक्शन क्या है, हेल्थ केयर क्या है उन लोगों की, और चिल्ड्रन की हेल्थ केयर पे भी पॉजिटिव इम्पैक्ट आएगा. आफ्टर दैट द थर्ड वन इज देयर हायर एजुकेशन ऑफ फ्यू टेकर्स, कि अगर हम बात करें प्राइमरी और सेकेंडरी एजुकेशन, ओके द पीपल आर गेटिंग इट, still there is a low number of people or the students who are just getting, who just come at the higher level of education, that is the number of students are going to be reduced. कि इंडियन एजुकेशन जो है वो अभी भी कम से कम लोग ऐसे हैं जो हायर एजुकेशन लेवल पर आ रहे हैं, और जो लेवल ऑफ अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट है among the youth people, that is the educated people are there. As per the NSSO data, कि जो हमारा नेशनल सैंपल सर्वे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने डाटा कलेक्ट किया, at the rate of the unemployment among the young people who have studied graduate as well as the above in rural areas was 19%. It means out of the total percentage 19% people, young people अभी भी ऐसे थे males जिनके पास जॉब्स नहीं थी, और अर्बन एरियाज में 16% young people were there who were not having the jobs along with them. So simply this was a critical situation, and generally in the most of the areas we can say the young rural female, they just graduated as nearly 30% out of the total, we can say कि जितने 100 में से सिर्फ 30% जो हैं टोटल में से हम क्या कहेंगे, they were unemployed. And it was in contrast to this only 3 to 6% ऐसे हैं जो प्राइमरी लेवल पर एजुकेटेड यूथ है रूरल अर्बन एरियाज में, दे आर अनएम्प्लॉयड. तो इन दिस काइंड ऑफ सिचुएशन की गवर्नमेंट को क्या करना चाहिए, दे शुड इंक्रीज देयर एक्सपेंडिचर ऑन द हायर एजुकेशन एज वेल एज जो हमारी हायर एजुकेशन के इंस्टीट्यूशंस हैं उनके स्टैंडर्ड को रेज करना चाहिए, सो दैट कि स्टूडेंट्स को ऐसे नॉलेज ऐसी स्किल्स मिल सके जिससे कि वो इन फ्यूचर जो है वो इधर वो सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयड हो या वो अच्छी से अच्छी एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेट कर सके. So this was the total topics of the chapter number 5. This is completed now.